Hello, this is Daniel Fowler here to give a week 11 and 12 status. Appreciate the opportunity to talk to you this evening and combine these 2 weeks into a single status and give an update on what I've learned from discussion with several gurus over the last couple weeks. So the focus over the last couple weeks was key partnerships, key activities, key resources, and costs that would be associated with my project. So let's dive into that a little bit. So first, with key partners, here what I've got listed out are partners that I think would fit with my product offering. And so again, my product offering is not just a device to support telemedicine, but also data sales as well. And that's where the first partner comes in, Quotient Technology, to support the data sales to CPGs, and then also how to collect that data and market that data. Life Alert is about customer base and knowledge of monitoring. Amazon, I think, would be an interesting approach because they could leverage their distribution to not only the product, the actual device, but also imagine them being able to bring medication and other supplies that are associated with your diagnosis to your home. Obviously, Washington State University or some university that leverage technology and IP. C2B Solutions is a marketing company that has extensive experience with healthcare organizations. CoolPad is a real up-and-coming telecom technology company, and they'd be key for integration of mobile technology like phones and tablets, and possibly even a licensing opportunity. And then Health Resource Services, it's an expense-saving group purchasing program for healthcare providers, and I really think that they would be critical to product entry into the market. So what kind of resources do we need from a physical, intellectual, human, and financial perspective? Obviously, the first thing that comes to mind is office and laboratory and space and equipment and the furniture that would be needed with that. But diving into it, the real big portion of resource that's going to be needed is intellectual. So the proprietary knowledge, the patents, the partnering that's going to be required, the experienced hardware and software developers, so we get into the human part of it, the legal counsel for business development and intellectual property, and then we get into the financing, which is going to be extensive. One of the things that we came up with to mitigate the cost was to consider partnering and to support funding areas of development, integration, and sales and marketing. So if we could leverage those partnerships, that would really help reduce the amount of funding that would be required in the initial phases. The key activities that I came up with are really based on a Booz Allen Hamilton study back in the 1980s, and I really think this still holds true today. And you can see as you go through the steps here, we're kind of in the screening, evaluation, idea generation phase right here. And the next thing would be to really do the analysis and really dive into the numbers. How much is this really going to cost? What would the partners be willing to absorb? And then once you've got that worked out, you can move into the design and development, kind of the next gate, if you will, to get past that analysis, make sure that you're going to make money on this project, would be to move into the design and development phase, and then eventually testing and the commercialization going forward and getting it out into the marketplace. So from a cost perspective, the primary cost drivers would be from an intellectual property perspective, since I'm not coming to the table with a bunch of intellectual property. I'm kind of more of a broker and integrator. That would be a key cost driver unless we can get the partners to come together and kind of share their intellectual property, and that'd be a key way to drive that cost down. Legal, because we're talking kind of extensive partnerships, that would be really critical to the success and probably be a fair amount of the cost going in. The human aspect from a design staff for the hardware and software, that's going to be expensive as well. As far as hardware components and manufacturing, I think there's enough components out there that we could use some commonality and wouldn't have to start from scratch. So that should be a way to reduce cost. And then from a distribution perspective, there might be partnering fees and that sort of thing that would be important to help drive how successful we are as far as getting the product out there. So that's my status for weeks 10 and 11. Looking forward to the final progress and final project report out. Thanks for your time, and we'll see you soon.